not so new. I've done this before with Tekken, but I'm really looking forward to this. This actually came highly recommended by my brother. But I didn't realize. So the game isn't even out yet, and I basically already spent $60 just to play the beta. English. Let's see how this goes. And share output settings. Okay. Did it stop? Brought that. Brightness. Options is. Let's just leave it as is, I guess. I'm broadcasting, so. Oh, it gives you the option. That's good. Prioritize resolution, prioritize frame rate, graphics. This is what a game should have. This is good. I'm very much. Is this rated PG? I don't know. What's up, Solon, by the way? I actually really know nothing about Monster Hunter World. Even though I really do like the game, or I like the main series game. But Hunter Cross in Japan was released, and I picked it up. They announced Monster Hunter Double Cross, and I immediately lost my interest in fucking Monster Hunter. It's like, fuck, I just bought this game. It's already obsolete. I might as well wait for the Switch version to come out. And if the Switch version of Monster Hunter Double Cross is out in Japan, we still don't have it yet. And that's really pissing me off. But the fact that they're letting you prioritize, like, graphics, frame rate. This is only bit. Oh, that's because I have a Pro. Okay, well, still, it's nice that this is a thing. So I'm broadcasting in 720, so I don't think prioritizing the frame rate will make much, but I'll see what happens. Monster Hunter is rated PG. I'm actually kind of surprised, but like you freaking stab and shoot monsters, and they show blood, so. But it's not like... it's not like gory blood. It's not like freaking Mortal Kombat levels of, like, of gore. It's what you would expect to happen if you cut off a tail. But, like, there's a little bit of bleeding, but the stump of the tail or on the monster doesn't bleed. Like, continuously. It's gone, and there it goes. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm already pretty interested. Single player, multiplayer, training crazy. Video went out. Yeah, it does that. It's been doing that a little bit because I think when it goes into a menu or a loading screen, the video will pause. It's really weird like that. But like, I'm just trying to get into PlayStation streaming now because you've probably noticed like a lot of my most recent Splatoon videos that the audio keeps getting cut because Nintendo. All right, let's do the training area because I have no idea how this is different. You can pretty much stream anything. So yeah. I mean, it's nice. We're still waiting on the Switch to get some kind of live streaming, but at least the clips have been helpful to show everybody just how shit the connections have been. For combat maneuvers to change your equipment out of the bus, something how to feel translators. Yeah, I should probably try to go to Twitch, but like you have to. There's a lot of hoops you have to jump through to start being able to monetize on Twitch. Okay, so... Wait, did it start me off with the Switch Axe?
Switch Axe has two forms, Axe and Sword. You can power up the sword attacks by injecting them with file energy.
This is exactly the weapon I would have started with. That's freaking awesome. Already, this game already seems to know what I'm about. Yeah, I have to switch the camera. Is that an option? Oh shit, that might not actually even be an option. Yeah, like the camera doing this thing is weird for me. Can I change that? Is that an option? And so, okay, options. That should be here. So, dash settings, camera. Okay, camera style, focus, camera match that. Okay, camera. Speed. Where's the rotate thing? Just camera settings. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Camera style. Wait, no. No! Yeah, Disney Infinity crashed so hard. We still have a shit ton of the, what is it, the Animal Crossing amiibos? That was freaking, holy shit. No, it's not just it's Toys R Us, because Toys R Us was, inundated with all that. So Toys R Us has all of the Toys to Life thing, Disney Infinity, Skylanders, Amiibo, and I think there was another Marvel thing that they put out, some Marvel action thing, and it just inundated the market, and then Disney abruptly pulled out. So since the game is not being supported anymore, they just freaking put all that shit on, all that poop on reduced prices, because they're basically just like collectible figures now. They're not useful for anything else. Reticle controls normal. Focus setting, like... No! Camera controls. Inverted. Okay, no. Inverted, that's normal. And then Y is inverted. That's what I want. That's more fucking like it. Alright. That's dash. That's just like how it normally is. What is that? Fucking... Is that Navi? Or just... What is that? Alright, well, I guess I can try this out. Slash. Wait, that's not good! Alright. Alright, slash. Swing. That puts it away. Okay, so... That's basically how it was. Into that? So you have more options for that. Oh, Zootopia. You've probably seen that shit that's been going around with the frickin'... I guess I think it's supposed to be... The actual comic's called, I Will Survive, but everybody just calls it the Pro-Life comic. And it just frickin' became a meme in, like, less than a day. Take that, Barrel. Oh, it's R2? That's awkward as shit. Oh, right. The 3DS didn't have that as an option, so... 1, 2, 3... And it has the switch. And it switches. Nice. Fuck yeah! I'm gonna like this a lot. Alright, I'm pretty sure... Wait, what? I saw something. Put that away. Said something about R1. Okay, wait, aim slinger. Oh god, I have to adjust that too. Fuck. Alright. It's a pretty heavy comic. But like that's getting into a lot of like almost political shit that I really don't want to get into that has nothing to do with video games at all. It's a good discussion to have, I think, in terms of or like philosophically or morally speaking, but like it's totally not appropriate for a video game channel. I'm dumb, so yeah, it's best left to smarter people. Okay, camera controls. That's the camera. Reticle controls. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. So let's see. So that does that. A fire stinger. Slinger.
You need to load the slinger with some ammo. See anything useful lying around?
Okay, so as far as I know, the slinger... Oops. The slinger is the new thing. I did try fighting Layer EX. Back when it was called Street Fighter EX. Actually, you know what? Oh, 1 second. I don't know how well you can see that, but bam. Alright, I already have fighting Layer EX. Is that shit inverted? Why the fuck is that inverted? Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Okay, shit, why was it inverted? Alright. But yeah, I have Street Fighter EX 1 and 2. I was trying to find Street Fighter EX 3, but, kind of expensive.
You should work the slinger ammo. You can use it to hit things that are far away.
I'd hit it. Oh, auto-aim.
If you're clever, you can use the slinger to distract monsters.
Bang, bang, bang! I love you, Slinger! Alright, so it's basically, you still have the rock thing that you used to have, but since you have the Slinger, it makes it a little bit more accurate to use. That's pretty cool. Alright, I can see the, like, I'm actually really excited for this game, because there's going to be a lot of people, playing it now that it's going to be on a bigger system. I'm glad it was on Nintendo, but I kind of wish it didn't stay. It wasn't exclusive, if that makes sense. Aim slinger, select item, crouch, draw weapon. Right. I'm more likely to find people to play with this because Nintendo's online infrastructure is shit, and just trying to set up games to play with people, like, what the fuck. Well, Monster Hunter was something I never really got into until the demo for Monster Hunter 3 came on 3DS, and I've always known, like, it shows up in a lot of manga, like, pretty much the reason why the PSP, like, freaking survived as long as it did in Japan, whereas it died a pretty horrible death in America, is because of Monster Hunter. And I keep hearing about how fun it is, and then Monster Hunter 3 came out. I think if it wasn't for the Switch X being in Monster Hunter 3, I never would have gotten into it as much as I did. And then from there, I branched out into other weapons. I mostly use the Switch X is my main, but I also use the gun lance, and I love the charge axe in Monster Hunter. Yeah, Vita too, but like they never but like they Sony let this shit get away. So all right, I'm just trying to remember. So that's the dash button. That does that. Should have a run button, right? Okay, so that's R1. That's different from that. Like, oh, that's weird. I'm gonna have to get used to that. So that's your run button. Oh, right! Now that you have a thumbstick, that's gonna be easy. Oh, boy. Oh, that's gonna be awkward. Well, okay, this still works the same way it does. The same way it always did. Because you have to hold L1, and then you... It's actually a really good menu system. You hold L1, you hold your shoulder button, and then you use square and circle, the left and right buttons on your diamond, to cycle through. And it's pretty intuitive, pretty quick, pretty easy. If you have a gun, if I remember correctly, you could also you use triangle and X to circle the top and bottom on your diamond to cycle through your ammo. So it would just...
The health booster lets you place a smoke spike that gradually restores your health when you stand in its smoke.
That's new. Health booster. That's progress. Or maybe it isn't. Like I said, Bayonetta 1 is downloadable this time. You had 2 discs for each game. Yeah, I would have... I'm happy. Like, even though I couldn't get into the series, I do like the character, and I'm happy that the fans of the series are getting more games, and it absolutely deserves it. And it's kind of just funny that, like... Oh, man. It's kind of just funny that things are working out. People are saying, like, oh, Nintendo's got new games, and then, like, now it's getting, like, freaking Bayonetta exclusive, and they're like, fuck Nintendo! Like, make up your mind. Either Nintendo has no games, or it has the games you want to play. Okay, that's pretty new, too. Is that it? Is that all I can do here? I hate my life and want to die! Ugh. Fix that the health booster is worn off, okay. Steam because of mods. Yeah, there's almost... If you can get a game on anything other... Like, if you can get a game on the PC, there's no reason to ever get it on console. I want to play Cuphead. I haven't gotten around to playing Cuphead yet. Even though I have an Xbox One S, it's easier to set this stuff up to play and to stream on the consoles, but... Well, Cuphead isn't something that's going to be modded. I don't think that's ever going to happen. If somebody manages to mod Cuphead, holy shit, I would actually pay them money for that, because that would be impressive. But, like, yeah, like Street Fighter 5, like, I was just playing that before this, and holy fuck, the lag was so terrible I had to stop. Is this really it? There's nothing... I guess this is your training mode. Can you not... Like, can you change weapons here? You're not on a quest. So it just happened to give me the weapon I would have chosen anyway. Alright, cool. But, like, yeah, like, say Street Fighter 5, I want to get the mods for that. Like, you have to buy costumes on console, but it's like, alright. You can go on DeviantArt and find costume mods for almost any game that you can play. And, like, they want you to buy costumes. It's like, fuck you. Making you try to pay for this shit, and there are people on fucking DeviantArt You know, people can shit on DeviantArt all you want, but the fact that there are people on DeviantArt that can make skins and mods for fucking games. Can I miss? Okay, I guess there's some kind of aim assist, because oh! Alright. It's a little forgiving, but not complete, so you can still miss. Meowster. Alright, well, we'll try a hunt. We'll try one more hunts around. Yeah, I'll probably get it on Steam. I'm, trying to set up Steam. Hi, Kara. All I've done so far was run through the training area, but it pretty much plays exactly like it did on the 3DS and on the Wii U. Alright, let's try single player. So thankfully, the Capcom, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Y'all know I will fucking shit on Capcom all day long, but if they do shit right, I will definitely give credit where credit is due. And Monster Hunter is one of the few things they've done right, except for doing the upgrade thing a month later, a month, 6 months later. Presets? No. Well, this is just for a beta, so I'm not gonna get too into this. I don't think. Oh. Okay, wait. Is that how that works? I don't get the choice. All right. Well, I can see that they want me to be Token Black, who kind of has rosy cheeks and eyeliner. That's weird. This is a special mod. This is kind of funny at first, but even with it on, the game is so tense, you're kind of oh god, yeah. Well, special mods are good for reference, especially when you want dynamic poses. Confirm. Can I edit this or? Okay. We'll just go with old man. You know what? I'm gonna name him Rio for my friend Dwukwi. If you ever watch this, just... Oh yes, I think I got that. This? I'm waiting to... I don't know if I should open it now or not, but I'm guessing this is from you because I didn't order anything from Amazon. And all this thing says was... All I was given was an ominous message that says, I should have been the mascot. So I have no idea what it is. I haven't opened it yet. I'll wait until Christmas unless I should open it now. Hey, nice. I've been thinking about trying to stream that, but you know how it is with Nintendo and streaming. I tried streaming on my original channel, Captain Pimp Slap, which is now the Amiga Machine. No. Wait, that's not... Wait, you didn't send this? Oh. Okay, now I'm kind of scared. Now that really does seem like an ominous message. Fine, I'll just do that. Holy shit! Okay. Alright, the Palicos. I'll go for the one that looks like a fucking devil. Oh boy. I will say I much prefer the Palicos to the fucking mask-wearing things from 3, because those things were annoying as shit. They were almost like minions, and fucking rabbits. I absolutely hate that shit. I'm Mario, fucking... This is probably, the Rabbids game is probably a decent game, but I can't get past the tutorial level, because I fucking hate rabbits. The rabbits fucking take over everything, and they become the pipes. So the mouth of the pipe is where you go in, so you have to, you roll through that, you roll into a little freaking shitball, and come out the freaking gigantic prolapse ass of a fucking rabbit. I cannot forgive the game for that. God. And they're just all fucking day. I fucking hate rabbits. Jesus Christ. Okay, you did send it. Alright, well, fine. I'm sorry anybody who's watching this that wanted to see Monster Hunter, but I gotta... While my friend who sent me this is watching, I might as well do this now. Are you serious? You sweetheart. It's a Clefairy. Look, I have no shame in admitting that Clefairy is and always has been my favorite Pokemon since Gen 1. and she should have been the mascot, and she would have been the mascot. The original Pokemon manga, Red's Pokemon was a Clefairy. But for the show, they went with Pikachu, and history was made there. But, yay, Clefairy! Yes, I'm a nerd like that. But I love Clefairy. Clefairy is bae. And now she's a fairy-type Pokemon, so she fucking wrecks dragons. It's kind of hilarious in that way. But, oh, thank you. Like, I had to put the other ones away because I was cleaning up, but... Oh, no, they're right over there. They're, like, all my... all my other Clefairy stuff. Actually, I'm missing one. So she can join all my Clefairies, yes. I am a manly man! Well, no, I'm the kind of guy that just don't give a fuck. I will like whatever the fuck I like, and you can't stop me. I actually am really missing one of my Clefairy. Oh no. Alright, I will have to look for her later. Okay, so I'm in the middle of a stream. Alright, so I'll pick the freaking Red Devil. You know what? I'm calling you Devil. Because you look like you will take my soul in my sleep. Sure, why not? Holy cow! And he's even got red. Yeah, I should have named him Verm, but oh well. Know your environment. That's one of the things I really like about Monster Hunter. The more you know the better you know the terrain, the better you end up doing in the game entirely. It helps you... Is that bastard Pikachu? Yeah, probably. Because I had a Pikachu thing a long while ago, and that was... I put him away, so he must have... It's my own little Toy Story. Oh, are they making that so you can see the face? That was always something that I think kind of bothered me about the armor. The armor looked like real armor for male characters, but then you got the fantasy armor for the females. So it was just like, pick one. You can do one, or you can do the other. But if you do both, it really makes it jarring. So if they do fantasy armor for both the men and the women, that's good, because it'll also make sure that if you customize your character, there's actually a point to it. Because if your character is behind armor all the time, so I was like, fuck, what was the point? Okay, so looks like we have all the armor on us. The jaw blade. Okay, sword and shield. Double blade, the long blade, hammer. Oh, do we have the charge axe too? And it gives you a little movie. Yes, we have the charge axe. The iron gun lance, so basically, the staff, or is that the insect glaive? Yeah, or maybe it isn't. Oh no, it is the insect glaive. Okay, bow and arrow. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this goes with the insect goes with the insect glaive. Is there a fourth gun? Alright, that'd be cool. There was a bow, there's like the bow and arrow, the bow gun, and like the large bow gun. But I'm guessing there's a bone shooter. I'm an adult, I swear. I got a bone shooter. It's got the bone shooter. I'm sorry. Oh god, I'm an adult, I swear. Oh god. Let me get that shooter boneless. Okay, alright. Let's try to move on. Alright, let's go for it. Fucking hell. Bone shooter. Oh. If I remember correctly, most of the starting weapons, like when you start a game, regardless, you don't really choose a class. There is no class in the game. You just pick a weapon and you go. And there's you don't unlock more skills in a weapon or anything like that.
We've received eyewitness reports of our target, the Great Jaguars rolling around these parts.
It's really awkward to hear people talking.
So let's get right to it. Open up your map.
Okay. So that's the... Huh, nice.
This here is our current location.
Alright.
After a feast, the Great Jaguars can be found waddling back to its nest, scraping its big belly along the ground. Try heading over to this area here and search for any clues it may have left behind. Once you've tracked it down, go and put a 3-star
It must be oh, right.
Oh, and one more thing. You're being timed.
It must be because there's the game audio. I might have to move this up a little bit. There's the game audio, but the microphone is like right in front of the TV, so you're probably hearing the game audio, but you're also hearing the game audio through the microphone, which is right between us. Hopefully she won't do much talking. Giggity. What the fuck is that? Okay. Stuff I haven't seen before. You have a mini-map. Alright. I'll lend you a point. You can count on me. Nice. Alright. Oh, okay, they're probably... Oh, wait. Are there going to be loading screens? Usually there are loading screens between zones.
Go get a closer look.
Scout flies. Yeah, usually there are loading screens, but because, you know, the earlier systems couldn't handle it, but it was more of an actual zone thing, because if you wanted to get away from a monster, you had to cross the zone line. So, okay, we'll leave that alone. Footprints?
Great! The scout flies have locked onto the scent of the monster. Be on the lookout for more tracks or traces.
Oh, so you have to do more hunting tracking. That's kind of cool. Scout flies. So I guess, okay. This is a new thing, because you never did tracking in any of the previous games. It's like a flower fern. Yeah, there's a lot of item gathering. That's how you form your potions and, like, get materials for other things as well. Forming ammunition, and even,
The scout flies have picked up the monster's trail. Follow the green light they leave behind.
So I guess I can keep doing this, and it'll improve their... Okay, I can definitely see how this game is trying to be newbie friendly, because this is basically pointing you in the direction you need to go.
If you follow the scout flies to your target, you'll locate it in no time.
Okay. Yeah, this is doing a lot of hand-holding, but I understand this game is very much being designed to bring in new people, so that has to be expected. But you're probably going to hear a lot of people in the gaming sphere complain about how much hand-holding there is. It's going to be a lot of people who played Monster Hunter that have a general idea of what they're doing. And, yeah. So now I'm going to be a jerk. Because I need meat. Slash. He's slashing. They're actually giving you the numbers now. That's also new. Alright, now we get the meat.
Okay, let's take those parts you carved back to base and use them to upgrade your gear or craft something new.
Well, you usually cook meat to be able to increase your stamina. But I don't think I have a portable grill to do that, so cut it open. That's basically what you'll do to a monster once you've killed it, and you'll get certain parts from it. And eventually you'll get enough of the parts you need. You might get enough of the parts you need to craft new armor, new weapon sets. But sometimes you'll have to do stuff like keep attacking its head until you break its horn. Then, if you kill it afterwards, it'll be more likely to be a random drop at the end of the quest, or it'll be one of the things you happen to carve off of it. Same thing with its tail. Like if you cut off its tail and then carve the tail, you're more likely to get a tail piece. So it can kind of be grindy, but it's not fucking loot box grindy. Oh, the pretzels! I'm looking forward to those. Thank you. I like savored the last ones until like June. All right, glow flies are here. Hey, look! Listen! Alright, so skid marks, I see. They glow around areas of interest. But it does two things. One, it highlights things and it makes it easier for new players to see. Oh, that must be what I'm looking for.
You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera. Okay, you know what you have to do. Get in there and do your stuff.
Oh, okay. Time to die!
The scout flies will hide once the fight breaks out. Don't forget that.
Slash, slashy, slashy. Whoa! Okay, that really should have hit me.
Dodge their attacks.
I like that.
You don't want to take hits like that head on.
Move. Oh! Nice. Alright. Just take a potion here. Oh, I can move while doing this? That's already a huge improvement. That was one of the biggest problems with Monster Hunter. That's a design. It's designed to be like that, so you don't just use items and it's super easy. So you have to time when and where you use your items.
The monster's been immobilized. Now's your chance.
Oops. Ah, crap. Oh, right, it's R2, right. That really, yeah, that... Brain! So freaking satisfying. I just gotta remember the shit's R2. Say, okay, yeah, I broke some parts, so... Is there another monster here? Oh no, it's the Aptonoth. You wanna piece of me? I'll spork your ass!
That monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks. Your weapon is losing its sharpness. Create some distance and then use the weapon.
I love it! I'm gonna need to sharpen my weapon. Want everything? Wait, can I fucking... Did I just mount its freaking mouth? That was freaking epic!
Alright, you completed the quest. Congrats!
Now I'm gonna cut you open. That's definitely new. I freaking jammed my freaking blade in its mouth and freaking blew it up. Oh, man. Okay, I think I'm getting nothing but, like, meat. Oh, right. Great progress. That was freaking awesome. I was not expecting that. But it definitely is, an easier game. So, Someone, if you are interested in, getting into, like, they actually have, yeah, that's right, they take the picture the moment you kill the monster. Chill coming! But, yeah, it's very much, I wouldn't even say, nice. Michelle, claim into the retail version. Oh, okay. They usually do that. When you get the demo version of the game and you complete the initial quest, when you get the retail version, you usually get, like, a couple of things. That's, like I said, there's one thing that Capcom is really good about is providing DLC and then, like, booster packs. You'll get a whole bunch of, like, potions, like, healing items, stamina boosting items, like, ammunition, all kinds of stuff that'll help you throughout the game. And the more you play, the more that stuff will come in handy. The only problem is it comes out January 26th, which is when Dragon Ball FighterZ comes out, and that's a game I am super looking forward to. Since, to be perfectly honest with you, Capcom has been disappointing on the retail front. Okay, so the video just cut off, because I guess it's because I'm looking at the store to pre-order. I don't think I'll be doing that yet. I think I'll look into that more before I pre-order. I'm pretty certain I'm going to be getting the game. What is this pre-order digital deluxe version? I'll look that up later. So, all right. I am genuinely impressed. I can see that they did make this game quite a bit easier. I would say that it's streamlined than like dumbed down. There's a lot of stuff here that wasn't in the original game. There was no tracking system as there was in the first game. You would have to go to the places where the monster is likely to hang out, like especially if it was in water, or you'd have to use a specific item, or you would have to. There was a thing in Monster Hunter 4 where if there was a balloon out. Yes, happy early birthday. If there was a thing in Monster Hunter 4 where there was a balloon in the sky, if you waved to it, it would flash back at you, and the map would light up with the location of the monster. That was a totally random chance of that happening. But there are armor sets and then food abilities you can get that will light up the map and let you know exactly where the monster is as soon as you start. Before you do hunts, you can have a meal and that'll boost certain effects. You do more damage. You run faster more carrying things. You'll climb faster. You're less likely to fall if you get hit while carrying an item. You're less likely to fall if you get hit while you're holding onto a monster. You'll hold onto a monster longer if you mount them. All kinds of stuff. And like that's one of the effects you can gain is knowing where the monster is right off the bat for like the first 30 seconds or something of that nature. Re-edit. Nope. So we'll do something like that. Wildspire, Rampage, and then Experts. What is the monster? A Baroth. Oh, right. My brother told me that. Baroth is an intermediate monster. It's a little tougher than your run-of-the-mill monsters because its head. Actually, yeah, no, probably a good time to check out the Charge Axe. But like its head is super tough, and like when monsters are armored, if you try to hit it with certain weapons that aren't sharp enough, it'll bounce off. So it'll do less damage, and two, it'll decrease your weapon's durability, so its sharpness will decrease even faster. If you have like a hammer or a hunting horn, that doesn't really matter. But yeah. So trying to attack its head is a massive undertaking, especially if you have bladed weapons. So you either have to get a really sharp weapon, or you're just going to have to make it a war of attrition, and just deal with the damage you're going to be doing.
We've received eyewitness reports of our target roaming around these parts.
I am liking the fact that you can see your hunter now.
Open up your map.
Hopefully there'll be more actual customization options as opposed to being, all right, you're white, you're black, you're Asian, you're old, or you're ambiguous. Get right to it. So starting
this
location.
Here is our current location.
So there's multiple campsites now? Okay, I guess that could be.
Try heading over to this area here and search for any clues it may have left behind. If you ever get lost, consult your map.
Right. I am looking forward to this because PlayStation and especially Xbox, and it's more than likely going to become an Xbox at some point, but just networking on those systems is so much easier than fucking Nintendo.
Store up energy in a file, then release it through the axe.
I just love the Charge Axe and the Switch Axe. All right. Whee! Yeah, I mean, veterans like myself, and I can't even really say I'm a veteran. I've only started playing since Monster Hunter 3, but like we'll have a general idea of what we're supposed to be looking for. But most people who've never played a Monster Hunter game, and to be perfectly honest with you, there really isn't very much like anything like a Monster Hunter game. It's different in terms of structure than anything else. It's not a level that you fight through enemies till you hit a boss or anything like that. Like you just go straight for the boss. But like you can be fighting the boss and another boss shows up, and that's something I think would be interesting to see, because in previous games your limit was only 2 monsters. Fucking ants. Wait, if there are ants here, then does that mean there's honey? Let's see. Oh, wait, honey. I don't know why I thought honey. No, bees. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Needleberry. Okay. Spread ammo. Deer. Okay, so that's your That's your "this is interesting stuff" marker. So that's cool. All right, that'll definitely help out anybody who hasn't played a Monster Hunter game. Right. Okay, account items. What they call account items are when there's stuff that take up space, but like they don't come back. They don't go into your inventory when you go back to camp. Like you turn them in for extra points at the end of a hunt. Stuff like the fire herb here. This is like, yeah, I have 3. Oh wow, you can get multiple. All right, so they streamlined that too. You used to have to pick one and then pick one and then pick one. But like stuff like the fire herb, you can mix that into certain things like the herb is for healing. I believe if you mix the fire herb with some other items, you get like you get a heat drink. So when you go into cold environments, you don't lose like stamina. Like, and then you'll need cold drinks for like the desert. These look like normal monsters, but they're like there's stuff that I could probably get some. I could probably get some items from. But yeah, FOE. But the thing I'm looking forward to most is just having more people to play this game with. There's just having it on Nintendo, but like you can't exactly see who's online and then join matches and stuff like that. It's Nintendo Network is really shitty about getting you to be able to play games. Even with, let's say, Splatoon, you can join somebody's lobby, but they won't be there by the time you try to actually play the game. There's nothing telling me it's like, hey, somebody join your lobby. Like, Overwatch is a great example of everything done, or like pretty much everything done right with an online shooter, and Splatoon is an example of almost everything you can do wrong. And why is that red? Can I just slash them? I'm just trying to go by muscle memory of how I used to do all these combos. He's got a boat.
Dodge his attacks. Don't forget, you can guard too.
Sorry.
You've charged up too much blade energy. You need to charge so that your attacks don't get deflected.
Okay, there we go. I gotta go by muscle memory, and like my muscle memory is really bad. I haven't touched Monster Hunter in well over a year, I would say. So it's just me having to fight to try to remember all the techniques and combos that I used to just flow through. The better you memorize like what your weapons are able to do in combos, the better you're able to flow from one move to the next. You know, okay, I can do this, this, and this. The monster is more likely to attack, especially if he does a certain tail. If he wiggles his butt, he's going to do a tail swipe, or if he lowers his head, he's going to charge forward. Learning things like that. It's basically a game that rewards you the better you get at it. It's completely a skill-based game.
How goes the exploring? Try to piece together the monster's trail. Then let the scout flies show you the way.
But yeah, I've kind of just been running around, haven't I? I got to remember this is time. So I can't keep faffing about. Is that what I'm looking for? No, I guess.
That's not our target. We gotta stay focused on what's important.
Okay, so not what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. There can be more than one. There's multiple monsters on a map. Well, there's usually only 2, so I don't know if this game will buck that trend. He said I've known about the game, but I haven't actually like kept tabs on it. I've tried to play Splatoon, but like the game is super frustrating. Like you've seen the kind of stuff that's been happening to me. The ridiculous like freaking 8 to 11 to 17 hits with the stingray to try to kill one person. People teleported. Like the capture thing is probably the worst thing Nintendo could have done, because now I can show everybody just how shit the game's netcode is. Oh, I guess that means okay, the red thing means I'm under attack. I guess that's what that means. Holy fuck, it went out of the water! Oh, man. I respect the shit out of that, dude. It just hates me so much. It's just like, fuck it. I will go onto the land where I can't breathe. I will fuck your shit up. attacking that thing, or are you just kind of letting it have its way with you? Right, wait, no, you have to hit... Oh, wait, no, shit! I'm really bad. I'm really bad at remembering what I have to do. There was a thing that you were supposed to do to like, supercharge your shield or some shit. Now I can't remember how it was supposed to be done. Ah, I'm probably gonna have to look it up, because there was a way to like, supercharge your stuff, and then you stowed it. Because there's something that feels familiar that I know I'm supposed to do, but my hands wouldn't feel like they would be doing something, but they just can't remember what comes next. I'm probably gonna have to look it up. Yeah, Salmon Run is basically the only thing I play on a regular basis, but even that becomes a headache when people do stupid shit like intentionally maroon themselves after a low tide, or they just straight up disconnect. And, like, even if you block them, it doesn't do anything. Like, Nintendo is just absolutely incompetent when it comes to the internet. There's nothing stopping somebody from ruining your experience if they want to do so, and it's terribly easy to do so. And it'll happen a lot. And, like, just knowing how bad the connection speed is, just watching multiple hits be completely ineffective is frustrating as hell. That's not what I'm looking for, right? I guess not, so...
Bright Moss is slinger ammo. Launch it at walls to light up the area.
Well, there's just something over here, so... I guess? What is this X that it's pointing me at? Right, there's this guy. Is there something else here that I should be looking for? I'm just trying to figure out, like, where's the monster I'm supposed to be hunting? Attacking me, or is it attacking something else? Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Alright. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, I've done it. Fucking quicksand? Not a good place to be fighting. But, okay, mud is definitely a new thing. Alright. I'm probably not going to make it because,
Don't forget, you can guard too.
Because I've got 10 minutes left. And I'm not fighting the right monster. Oh, water blight. Forgot about that. Wait, no, that's not the button we need to push. There we go. Alright, but let's move on because this is not the monster I'm supposed to be fighting. You do the freaking hilarious run. So yeah, if you're being attacked by a monster and then you run, you do this hilarious, like, fucking, oh my god! Super run, or you do go really, really fast. But, yeah. Visuals look really impressive, so I'll give props to Capcom for that.
You can use jump attacks to mount monsters.
Giggity. Alright. I hate my life, I want to die. Yeah, can I not go down this way? I mean, it made it look like I can go down this way, but nah. Alright. Oh, I guess that's... That sound... yeah. It's really easy to get sidetracked in Monster Hunter, because, like... Well, for me, because I've never... Well, this is the best looking Monster Hunter I played, because, you know, it's the first next-gen one, but... You know, the visuals are really impressive. So it's just pretty cool to look at. No idea what this monster is, but I have to get used to a lot of things here. Oh, okay, that must be that. That must be what I was looking for, like that thing there. Is there a way to zoom the map out? Okay.
Your wildlife map keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you. You can also use it to keep tabs
Oh
on
wow!
monsters.
I hilariously overshot where I needed to be. I don't think I'm gonna get back there in time to save this hunt. Alright. Old footprints for an old man. Alright. Well, maybe... No, with any luck, maybe it'll take me in that direction regardless. But with only, like, 10 minutes or so left, I don't think I would succeed. Even if I'm lucky enough to find the thing. Like, the fight... It's a Baroth, for crying out loud, so... Is that it? No? No, there it is. That's definitely the Baroth. Alright. Forgot about that initial roar. Oh man, it's a lot more intimidating now than it looks like a freaking rock monster. Let me just say. Oh wait, was that a slide? Ooh.
Keep your distance and use a potion.
Woo! Okay. Let me just have a drink here. Thank you. At least you're not just standing around doing the stupid pose. That's a lot better than what they had before. That's what I was talking about. Whoa! That's mud. At least I hope it's mud. I sure hope that's mud. The whole thing is rock now? Ugh. I just gotta remember the big combos. Oh, I'm stunned. Not good.
Will stun you, meaning you won't be able to move.
Alright, I have to remember my techniques. But I haven't fought a Baroth in a long time. Also, it's timed now, so if you move beforehand, you lose the item. That makes sense. I like that. That's a pretty good improvement. Wait, what's happening? Oh. Oh god! It's everywhere. That was a big pile of shit. Alright. Good night. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, this is intermediate. I should have started... Oh, thanks, whatever that was. Ooh, broke something. Oh, was I able to mount it there, or...? Yeah, I'm definitely not beating him. Good shit, at least... So I know it's not a complete cakewalk, and I'm glad for that. Oh, that hurt a little, but I'm okay. Kind of. Still trying to remember what I was supposed to do. Some of these combos. Is he
The
running?
monster is on the move. Use the scout flies as a guide as you go after it.
Well, this thing's gonna haul ass when they really want to. Probably wanna. Nice. It's really nice to look at. I'm glad that it's been going good. That's probably why Capcom is reluctant to put Monster Hunter on the Switch. Because they want this to succeed. And it's like, well, I guess if you want your Monster Hunter fix, you'll have to play this. Whoa. Whoa, I'm trying to do the mount thing. Not working out too well. Whee!
Yeah, you've mounted the monster. Now's your chance to topple it.
Punch, 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 punch. Brace. Where's my stamina? Stop, 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 stop. Punch, punch, punch. Oh, I can do this on the back now?
Okay, it's down. Now's your chance to get in there and tear it up.
I already know I'm not going to pass, but alright. It's been a good learning experience. So it just lets me know that I definitely have to put some time into relearning how to play this game. Definitely worth it. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Hopefully I'll have more people to play this with too, because that's one thing I really missed out on in the original Monster Hunter games. Well, 3 and 4 specifically, is I never really got to play. I did get to play a couple of. Oh, you can slide down. Oh, you can slide down now. That's pretty cool, and it saves you stamina. Good going, Capcom. Yeah, I'm very impressed with what you've done with this game. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Time's up. Oh man.
Looks like you failed the quest this time. We'll try again soon. Right? Right.
Right? Right. Alright. Alright. Gotta learn the terrain. Like, the toughest thing about 20 minutes. They usually give you 50. But I guess because it's a demo, yeah. Alright, not bad, not bad. I'll probably do another playthrough with this on a later date. It's definitely been worth playing the beta. I'm totally looking forward to it. Like I said, like I have what is it? Have Monster Hunter Generations, which is backwards because I'm dumb. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm very much impressed. Visually, it's a great looking game. That's not surprising at all. But they made a lot of good design choices that make use of the hardware. So like the glow flies, they could have easily just had an arrow pointing things there, but I think the glow flies I'll give them credit. It was a really creative and like almost unnecessarily aesthetic way of giving you a guide marker. But like it works for the world that it's in, and I'm genuinely very impressed. Like Capcom might be fucking up on Street Fighter. Oh, what's up, son? I was just like, what the? I was like, oh, I guess he must have just found something else to do. But yeah, I'm genuinely impressed. I'm really impressed, actually. Initially, when I initially heard about Monster Hunter World and how it was geared toward how it was basically being a slimmed down version of Monster Hunter, I was initially skeptical, but I understand why it's being made and who it's targeting. But as somebody who's been into the series for a long time, I'm finding there's new stuff here that makes the game better to play. It's not so much easier; it's just better. Simplifying some things doesn't always mean dumbing down things. The one thing that really pissed me off about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, for instance, is that they went back to a 4-button layout. Well, not so much a 4-button layout. The 2 lights and 2 heavy, the 2 light attacks, 2 heavy attacks layout, which was dumb and really redundant. When the light, medium, heavy layout is just easier. It's so much simpler, so much streamlined. Then you have your one button that launches, and it's just it's a streamlined thing that Capcom did really well, and that's what they seem to be doing with Monster Hunter as a whole. I'm gonna give it another go, probably tomorrow night or Wednesday night, or probably tomorrow night, because Wednesday night I'm gonna be working. Or I'll be trying to do the Super Nintendo, start the Super Wednesday, which I've been meaning to do. Sega also released an HD version of the Genesis console that they've had out for years, and if I can get my hands on that, that'll be a lot easier to stream. Although I still kind of want to do Knuckles Chaotix at some point. That was the issue I had with my Genesis, is that it doesn't use an HDMI, and having to go through a converter and then through a streaming device and then to my computer. There was so much input lag, the game was unplayable. It was basically like trying to play anything on Nintendo or playing Street Fighter V. Yeah, this next coming couple of weeks are going to be rough because it's Christmas. Yeah, I'm not free Wednesday. I'm working my second job on Wednesday, but I'll be done by 8 o'clock, and then I'm working all day Thursday, like 8 to 8 on Thursday and 8 to 9 on Friday. And then after I'm done working 8 to 8, my friends and I are going to go see Star The Force Awakens. Wait, no, not Star The Force. It's Star The Last Jedi Wars. We're going to go see that on Thursday. Seeing a movies on opening night is a really good thing. I did watch Justice League. Justice League was okay. It wasn't the fantastic blockbuster that Avengers was, and it really is. Justice League is not the blockbuster it should have been for being the Justice League movie. But for what I saw, it was entertaining enough. It was better. It was certainly better than Batman vs. Superman, and more along the lines of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is still probably the best movie they put out so far, but I shudder to think what Justice League would have been if it hadn't been touched by Joss Whedon. Because the depressing grayathon that Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman were just... Alright, getting way off topic, but that's Monster Hunter World. I will definitely try the intermediate thing one more time later. Probably try, I don't know. I'll go back to the Switch X so I know what I'm doing, so I'm not flailing around trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I have much more experience with the Switch X since I've been playing that since Monster Hunter 3, so I have much more experience with that, and that's a lot more familiar. The Charge X, I'm still trying to figure out what it was that activated some of the more powerful moves. And y'all saw I had that freaking epic shove this thing in the monster's mouth and blow it up moment to kill that previous monster, so holy shit. Yeah, I don't care that it's slim, it's dumbed down, and like quote unquote, it's still as fun as ever to play. It's busier because now you have to track the monster down as opposed to just wandering around blindly until you happen to find it, or get the right ingredients together on food, or the right set of monster armor. So. Oh, that's the PG you were talking about. I was like PG. Like, was he talking about the game's PG rating? No, PG. Playing games with Vidya James. That's what that stands for. Because I was trying to keep the title slimmed down, and like because setting up the stream on PlayStation, I have to use this because I don't have a freaking keyboard, so trying to go out playing games with Vidya James would be a freaking nightmare every time. And then whatever comes after that. Killing dudes and saving names, under fire and over flames, we're kicking ass and taking names, it's playing games with Vidya James. At some point I'll have to actually find somebody to make an actual song and an actual title screen or something like that. By the way, yes, I did get your thing. I did get your thing about watching the fucking PlayStation experience, and it's fucking 6 hours long, dude. Why the fuck do you hate me so much? I don't even have 6 hours to play a game, let alone watch fucking PlayStation. Fucking, especially if I know it's bad and I've already been hearing that it's boring as shit. Like, why would I torture myself for 6 hours voluntarily? Like nothing. Like no announcements. Like even after the fact, no announcements came out that made me watch. Like 3 hours. That's still a lot. The freaking Video Game Awards was 3 hours. At least that was a little entertaining, and there were more announcements throughout the thing that kept me interested. Like even though like I'm not a I kind of want to check out Warframe because I've been playing Destiny and Destiny's been pissing me off lately. Bunch of other games that I really wanted to try. Stop streaming. Yeah, I guess he was maxed out. But yeah, I can't imagine watching that. Like, honestly, PlayStation doesn't have enough going for it that makes me want to watch 3 hours of that. Like if Nintendo had a 3-hour stream, I could probably watch that easily. But Nintendo, I will give them that. Nintendo has gotten really good at the concept of streaming. Like, we'll give you the information you need for this big presentation, but if you want the interviews and the behind-the-scenes look, we'll put that after the show. We'll make that, or, you know, if they do the interviews and stuff, they'll talk about the game, but they'll keep it brief. I think, like, the big E3 with, with the Wii U, with the Smash Bros. One, I think, what was that, 2014? Like, when they introduced Splatoon, how they tell you, like, okay, this is a brand new game, this is what we wanted to do with it. So they went, like, it flowed a little bit more. But like the recent ones that they've been doing focus on the games and don't really talk too much about the people behind them. And I think that's kind of a shame. Like the Mega Man one went really in depth with all of the creators, the character designers, the level designers, the music, about what they were trying to go for as far as the game goes. And I think you, Someone, especially because you're an aspiring game designer, and me as an art nerd, and also an aspiring game designer, character designer, artist, all around idiot. I appreciate like seeing the thought processes behind why somebody does the things they do when they create a scene, when they create a character, when they compose music. I love that, and I hope Nintendo does more of that in future streams, but I can understand why they don't, because you might get something like the fucking PlayStation stream that goes on for 6 fucking hours. I think they need to just know, they need to learn how to do it. They can't just try to do what Nintendo does and expect success. At least as far as that goes. Because Nintendo, I think, very much made E3 obsolete. Since they have the Nintendo Direct, they don't have to wait once a year to do their big announcements. They can do it whenever the fuck they want. So that's going to be it for this stream of Monster Hunter. Because I think the beta ends tomorrow, I believe, 9/12. I might have to double check that. So I think this is the beta ends tomorrow. So I'll do one more stream of that tomorrow, and then I'll see what else I can play. So thank you for joining me, Someone specifically. Anybody who ends up watching this on YouTube later, I suppose. I'll see about, I don't know. I don't know if this format is good, as opposed to streaming through my computer, because it is possible to live stream through more traditional YouTube, which gives me a little bit more control over like the chat. When I do live streams when I do the Super Nintendo live streams, I have 2 screens set up on my computer. So I have a screen set up so I can see the chat in real time and react to it in real time, because on PlayStation, the chat is not real time. It comes in like really, really late. So like you guys are probably saying stuff, and I'm not getting it for like a minute or two. So I'll probably try to set up. It's just that my computer is just having a rough time, and so am I. And I have to work tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah. Okay. So it does. Yeah, it does lag. I had a feeling. I do like engaging with people while I'm playing. I just think it would work better if I did it through my computer. I think while I streamed it. Yeah, I figured as much. I mean, it's super convenient, because it's like I don't really have to do much to set up a stream. Like my all I got to do is point the camera at myself, play the game, and it's already there. I got a camera already pointing at me. You guys can hear what I'm saying, and I can see what you're saying. It just comes in really, really late. I just have to set up my computer better to stream it, because there's something you have to toggle in your PlayStation settings. I think you have to deactivate like DHCP, like it's a write protection thing that you have to disable so that you can stream. But if you disable that, like certain apps won't work. So it's kind of it's a little bit of a hassle. But if I'm streaming, I'm gonna have to do it, especially since Nintendo should be buying me dinner with how badly they're fucking me lately. Like I still don't like using my face. I don't really like using my face either, but it makes me more mindful of what I'm saying. I think because if you can't, if you're in front of a camera, you think a little bit more about what you're saying, how you're saying it, and how you emote. And I think like if people see how you react to things, like I think visually reacting to stuff is watching people, as long as they're not fucking like fucking overacting like some people do. You know, seeing a genuine surprise reaction is a good thing to see, and I think it bonds people. Like watching a movie, like I said, like watching Justice League with a crowd of people. Spoiler alert if y'all haven't watched Justice League, but like there were a couple of scenes that were really good in that movie. But the Flash versus Superman thing right after during the fight scene with Superman and Flash and the rest of the Justice League, just that one scene was flippin' epic, and the entire audience that was watching the movie at that point frickin' blew up. Everybody knew what was going to happen. We were all going to know what happened, because the cinematography for that scene in particular, I will say, was excellent, because you knew what was going to happen, and even though you saw it as it was happening, knowing it was going to happen, it was frickin' phenomenal to see, because it was just done really, really well. And props to Henry Cavill and Ezra Miller for their facial acting during that scene, because they communicated so much through their facial expressions without saying a flippin' word. It was phenomenal. It was the best scene in the movie, and probably one of the best scenes in superhero cinema, but in all of superhero cinema. Well, I said it was a spoiler, dude, but jeez. But I don't think it's a spoiler that Superman isn't dead, because that's a plot line that they shouldn't have used at all. That's a lot of the problems with the DCEU is they made a lot of bad decisions. Instead of starting over and just trying to do everything right, they just kept trudging on with all the stupid mistakes they've made. Because using the death of Superman should not have been the second fucking movie you did. Like, holy shit, that was a mistake. So, even still, Justice League is a good movie. It's worth seeing, especially with a crowd of people. By now, it's probably too late to see it with a crowd that hasn't seen everything. I think the initial reaction, feeding off the initial reaction of people seeing what's happening in the crowd, is really good. I saw Thor Ragnarok 2 weeks late, so there was nobody else in the theater. So there was a lot of really good scenes in that movie, but there was nobody there, so I think the impact just wasn't there. And a lot of it was spoiled because, the Hulk, and I hate trailers. That's why I'm avoiding trailers for Infinity War. I guess that was kind of why I was avoiding following Monster Hunter World after I, trying to get back on track. That's why I avoided following Monster Hunter World, because I initially was very skeptical, so I just wanted to put it out of my head. And now that the beta is here, it's okay, the beta is here, I can approach it with a fresh mind and completely rusty skills and try and see what it is and with my own thoughts, and I'm impressed. So, I'm not going into it with a prejudice of oh my god, I've been playing the game since Monster Hunter 3 and they're dumbing it down. It's gonna be freaking terrible. No. I'll say this Monster Hunter World beta is being this is how it's done right if you want to bring in new people. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is everything you could do wrong if you want to bring in people. I think Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, except for X Factor, did a lot of things right as far as streamlining and simplifying the game for new players to come in. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite did almost everything wrong. It's just just to cite one example, Captain America is a character I've been playing since the original Marvel Superheroes in 1995 when that game came out. I played that game in theaters, in arcades, back when there was still an arcade scene. I remember playing at Quaker Bridge Mall, and Captain America was one of the characters I started learning how to play. I have been playing that character for over 20 years, and they just decided to completely fuck up his move list. His freaking uppercut is down, down, and not a dragon punch. What the fuck? That completely fucks up my muscle memory and all kinds of shit like that. It's fine if it's a new character, but old characters that have had these moves for years, and in this case decades, should not have their move list changed to be simplified. Ryu's Shoryuken is still a DP motion. Freaking, the DP motion is so iconic that freaking Doomfist in Overwatch has the fucking thing as a spray. He's not even a fighting game character, but he has a DP motion as his spray. That's how iconic the move and the motion is. But it's too complicated. They fucking Street Fighter 4, oh god, I'm ranting, but like Street Fighter 4 did that shit where if you hit down forward twice, you would get a dragon punch. But anytime you tried to do a super, you would fuck it up because you would do an EX dragon punch instead of the fucking super or ultra. Like, that's not how you do that shit. Yeah, the story for MVCI, it's not just the story. Like, it came out later that Capcom just, like, threw half the budget of that. Like, they shat out that game. There's no other way to say it. I feel bad for the people who had to work on that game, but Capcom did not give a shit about it. Like, clearly didn't give a shit about it. Which, to be fair, if it's because they were putting all their efforts in this, I'm fine with that. I'm kind of fine with that. It's a shame that that's probably why they called it Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, not Marvel vs. Capcom 4. But also because they didn't have the fucking X-Men, and I guess that game was really doomed from the start because of a lot of the... It's all corporate bullshit. But yeah, like I said, yeah, you're right. The presentation is awful. I'm not a big Guilty Gear fan, but Arc Systems' cinematography and aesthetic is freaking peerless. Like, their character designs, the music, the way they frame shit, it's awesome. I mean, no character... I did get to play it for a while when my friend brought it in at the arcade, and, like, it's just so dead. Like, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it's just like how the girl's like, gonna take you for a ride. There's the chronicles of battle will now unfold. This is Marvel vs. Compare that to fucking X-Men vs. Street Fighter. It's just X-Men versus Street Fighter. Like, I wanted that guy as an, like, if that guy would be like an assistant program on your phone. Like, I just want him to wake me up and be like, good. If I'm running late, it's like, time's running out, hurry up. Like, he was fucking epic and full of energy. Like, those early Marvel vs. Marvel vs. Capcom games, X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter especially, were hyperkinetic, over the top, and, like, super in your face. And, like, that's what the fighting game series was. But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is just like how Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was. It's just, let's just phone this shit in and throw in what we can. But on top of that, they held back some characters. Yeah, Marvel vs. had some issues. I very much agree. But they still did a lot of things right. Like I said, the light, medium, heavy special button setup made it so that everybody's launcher was S. Period. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, some characters it was a crouching punch, some characters it was a standing kick, some characters you had to hold down forward, some characters it had to be their medium attack, so you had to hit light like a couple of times. You had to fucking guess. So anybody who hasn't played the game, doesn't know these characters, have no idea what they're doing, they're kind of fucked. Yeah, there's a down forward, there's a shortcut where it's down forward, but it's still down forward and punch or kick. You still have a 50-50 guess as what it is. Just, but, oh my lord. Like, one thing like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 did, every character calls out every other character by name, specifically. So, like, people like, Iron Man will be called out as Tony by some people, but only Iron Man by some people, Shellhead by others. Hulk will be like, Firehead, Metal Man, like, it's character specific. Like, one thing I'll point out that was a really nice detail, like, when Xienko/Lele does her super jump, she fires a chain upward and lifts herself up. She doesn't jump like everybody else does, because she's supposed to be quote-unquote too heavy. Like, when Iron Man does his flight, he flies like he does in the movies, like he boosts himself. In the 2D games, he just had generic boosters and he had a staying still animation. Same with Doctor Doom. But they did a lot. They had a lot of little things like especially character-specific intros and character-specific win quotes. Like, Street Fighter V doesn't even have that shit. As deep as the story is supposed to be is for Street Fighter, they don't have character-specific intros, and they don't have character-specific win poses. They do have character-specific win quotes, but that's like the bare freaking minimum. Like I said, Dragon Ball FighterZ, even if it's a simplified system from what I'm hearing, it's simple as shit. But the everything about the game shows that they've done their homework and they're putting a lot of heart and a lot of effort into it. There's this guy on YouTube, iKevinX, who does a breakdown of every single move every single character does, because every single move and every single move a character does is taken straight from the anime or the manga or even a movie. There's like almost no random move. So the entire move list of a character had to have been heavily researched by the people making the game. So, and there are a bunch of characters that aren't even really popular, like the Ginyu Force. So they had to take Ginyu who only showed up basically for one season, and the Ginyu Force, who only showed for like less than half of a season, but they still did their homework and made their movements match up. It's a phenomenally crafted game. I can't wait to play it. I didn't get to play the closed beta, but yeah, basically everybody's doing a better job than Capcom in the fighting game front. It's pretty sad. I think it's pretty stupid that Injustice 2 won Fighting Game of the Year when it's a microtransaction heavy piece of shit like Battlefront 2 is, and even without that, it's still a mediocre fighting game at best. Midway has never done really good fighting games, and as much as I hate Tekken, I can objectively say Tekken is a very well put together series. It's not my cup of tea, because I'm not into the brute memorization shit. For people who are in it, it's still a game that rewards high levels of play and a lot of dedication. But not just that, the aesthetics, the amount of content you get from Tekken 7. Like, if it wasn't for Akuma, I never would have bought Tekken 7, but I'm almost mad at myself that it was that way, because the game is full of content. Pretty much, like, all the character art, all the movies and introduction, all the storyline elements. The only thing I have an issue with, and if you watch my Tekken 7 stream, was how shitty the narrator for the storyline, the story mode was. I still have to do the story mode for Street Fighter V now that I think about it, but like, that dude was the worst fucking voice actor I've ever seen in fucking anything. Tommy Wiseau, like, being a terrible actor, was still watchable because he was still entertaining. So, like, you could still argue that he might not be a bad actor because he's entertaining. The actors, I guess, like, well, he's a phenomenal entertainer, even if he's a shitty actor. But whoever freaking, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, you're getting, like, the Street Fighter V is coming out of beta, basically. So, the Arcade Edition, you're finally getting, well, I already have Street Fighter V because it was like $20, so from what I hear, the Arcade Edition is supposed to be a free update if you've already got Street Fighter V. So it's not a matter of will I get it. When it comes out, I'll basically already have it. Am I going to play it? Given how shitty the network is, I don't think it's going to be something I play. Unless I can play it with people locally, it's not something I can play online. The network is just not good enough for that. I don't know if I'll be able to upload some clips later, but, like, the lag is so bad that it does this thing where it rolls back. So you can jump in, hit somebody, and then hit the next combo, but then you're flat on your back because the guy apparently threw out a Shoryuken while you were still in the air. You just didn't see it, and the game didn't give you a visual cue. It was so bad that normally when you pressure a Shoro Scrub, like, the flowchart Kens, Akumas, and Ryus. Normally, when you knock them down and you pressure them, you stand right next to them, especially if you're a grappler. What are they going to do when they get up? Shoryuken or fucking EX Shoryuken. And all you got to do is block and hit them when they come down. But the lag was so bad that they would go from flat on their back into the second part. Ken and Akuma's EX Shorus, they do their freaking Shoryuken, that double Shoryuken move. That used to be a super, but it's an EX move now. So the lag was so bad that trying to pressure them as Zangief, like, I would be standing next to them while they're on the ground, and then they would be immediately in the second part of that EX move with hitting me in the air before I even realized they had stood up. It's unplayably bad. I am glad to see that Sakura and Roy Bromwell and not Q and not Female Ed and even Harrier Blanca and Sagat are coming back. But I'm like, unless I can get people I can play with that are not like not online, I'm not going to be playing it much. I'll be playing this game, which they clearly did put some good work into, and I'll be playing Dragon Ball Fighters. I'll be playing a lot of Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball G, right? I'm positive he's going to be a stand-in for Q. They're probably going to expand, on that organization or whatever it is. There's no way the single letter name of B and G is not a reference to Q. Or they'll probably even try to say he is Q. Like, G is Q, he got caught in an explosion or some stupid shit, and he became Q, and that's all, and like, he became a Frankenstein like Charlie did. Even though Charlie dies like a second time in the fucking story mode or some shit. Fuck Capcom. But, yes, I'm freaking just ranting here, and that has nothing to do with this game. Alright, I gotta wrap this up. Looks Amish with that head. Yeah, it's like, like, he doesn't have a cell phone, so he just walks everywhere. He looks like he's kind of steampunkish, which might have been what they were going for. I don't know. I'll see when the game comes out. It's just funny that somebody said that Sakura stages her house, and it's like she's truly a millennial because she's still living with her parents. It's the true millennial experience. I'm a little disappointed that it's because it's still a prequel to 4, that it's not a little further along in the story, but it's nice that there is a little bit of progression. Technically, she's already supposed to be an adult. All the dolls are supposed to be adults, so like Cammy, Sakura, and all the dolls were supposed to be 16 years old. Oh, and Karen Kazuki, too. They're all supposed to be the same age. The reason why they get into it with Bison is because Bison was scouting them to be dolls, but they were too strong to be taken in. At least as far as the storyline goes. But that was from TMS Street Fighter Guy. But, right. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this tomorrow. I'm gonna be working late, so I don't know if I'll be able to set it up to stream like normal on YouTube. If I can, I'll do it. If not, I'll just do it like this. Either way, I'm going to be streaming this tomorrow, unless it goes off of beta before I get off of work. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of you who are watching this and have been putting up with my ranting about everything, that has nothing to do with Monster Hunter. I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Eventually. Eventually, I'll shut this off. If I can figure out how the fuck to do that. I can't see. Okay, there we go. Alright, see y'all later.